course, we're doing this today in front of the Beyond Yeshiva, which is the yeshiva and day camp that young Leiby, blessed memory, attended. I can tell you that for me, it's actually it comes close to home because I visited this yeshiva many times. I try to visit the yeshivas and the public schools in the community, and on several of my visits I had a chance to bump into Leiby, and his father actually told me at the shiva that Leiby was very excited by those visits, and he was a big fan, and he kept my business card and the photo at home. And so for me, this is really it's really something that's personal. And so for us to come together, for the different communities to come together around the concept that we really believe a safe haven program that will keep children safe, that will protect children, and most importantly, it will allow parents to have a sense of normalcy. And the idea of a safe haven is really very simple. Studies show that children throughout their lives, that just about every child will have an incident where either they're going to get lost or they're going to be afraid. Right? It's not just about getting lost. It's about you're walking back home on the way home from school, and as you're walking down the street, you see a gang of kids, and suddenly you feel nervous. You feel like you're not safe, or you did get lost, and you're not sure what to do. And so the concept is really going to tap into the goodwill of New Yorkers, because New Yorkers are really some of the most incredible people in the world, and despite the fact that it's a big city, there is massive interest in helping each other. And so a lot of people ask, what can I do? So we're giving them a simple thing, and that is we're creating legislation to create a safe haven program. And the program is very simple. Essentially, what the program does is that if you're a business or if you're a homeowner, you voluntarily submit a background application to the city, and once your background is processed and you're found to be free and clear, and now the city knows who you are and has your fingerprints and has your ID, now the city will then in return issue you a yellow sticker that you can place in your local supermarket, or whether it's a drugstore or a bakery or even in your home, and that sticker will say Safe Haven. And so that an individual who's walking through the streets of New York City, a child who's walking through who's lost, or a child who's afraid, or a child who may have been injured, will know that this is a safe place. And it's not just a safe place because that individual has said it's a safe place, but it's a safe place because we will have vetted that individual through an extensive fingerprint and criminal background check. It's a simple idea. It's not a very expensive idea. It's an idea that really, and this is really for me the most critical part as the parent of young children, will give parents confidence once again to have their children walk through the streets. It's very difficult for a lot of parents, both in this community and other communities, to wrap their heads around it. Right? We all know that the Kletzkys did everything they could. They were the perfect family. They're unbelievable parents. They followed exactly what you're supposed to do in terms of helping their child and assisting their child and teaching their child how to go home.
Is there any push for the schools to have a picture?
Speak up, I'm sorry.
Is there any push for the schools to have a picture of each kid in case there has to be a handout? We're looking for so-and-so. You have a picture immediately for the showroom or for the police?
We actually discussed that. That's a safe ID program that we discussed that we're looking at trying to see how we can bring it to the community, and it's a good suggestion. It's something that we're
ready to sign up for my house or my store.
I feel this idea is practical. What are your feelings on the legislation?
I feel basically it's a needed piece of legislation. Anything that makes children safe, not only feel safe, but actually safe, is something that we should do, whether we do it by legislation, whether we do it by community training, whether we do it by stickers, which the councilman wants to do, whatever it is, anything that can save a life of any teenager or any child, as we've seen this week. Today, it shouldn't happen another thing. Right. Anything like that is worth all the effort.
Now, from all the ideas that were passed, I'm sure you're aware of, there were many ideas out there. Was this the most practical idea?
This is the number one most practical, and number two, easiest to put into to action. And we're talking about time now. We're not talking about ideas. I have to give everybody a card, and like the passports, after every couple of years, you have to give a new card because the child changed facial features. Basically, this is the first thing you can do right now.
Okay, thank you.